winner here. It's a winner-take-all match, and we're off to the races. Lon, you couldn't have drawn it any better for Connor and Connor Garnett and Riley Newman. If you're watching on your screen here, Riley Newman is on your right with the white cap on. Connor Garnett's on the left with the black, and we'll introduce the other team after this rally. Lon, Eric Oncins got a lot of reach over there, and that's Eric Oncins' introduction to you on the right there in the blue, facing us, and then his partner Dylan Frazier, the steadfast, longtime player on the tour here, one of the crowd favorites here, Dylan Frazier on the left in the white. So this should be a very interesting match. Some different styles here. Spectators still getting settled in, but this is getting ready for a really good match. I'd be surprised, Lon, if this match does not go 3 games.
0-0-2.
Rare miss by Dylan there. All 4 players on, I think, some of the best dinkers in the game. Riley Newman has a really flat dink. Works very well, though. I expect Connor Garnett to do that, be more aggressive. He's an excellent singles player. He's a solid doubles player. Obviously, he's here in the finals, but more known for singles, and his drives are some of the best in the game.
I would imagine they're going to probably return a lot back to Riley to kind of keep that drive and the crash coming in. Connor's been driving ball especially well, and I think that if they get more of that crashing, I think that they'll have success with it.
Agreed.
Out.
Yeah, we see here they've had some experience together. Oncins and Frazier, 32 and 14, just about 700%, pretty respectable.
Second serve.
Yeah, Riley and Connor are 1-1, but they did have some MLP experience together, but it didn't go especially well.
0-2-2.
I love that formation, Lon, where Connor's up, being aggressive, moving around, and Riley's back there defending. Riley is I don't think he's an underrated defender, but you don't think about him being a great defender, but he is. I mean, his defense from the baseline is some of the best, I think, in the game. I liked everything by Riley and Connor until that last beat of line.
Yeah, taking the ball off the bounce and trying to fire at somebody that's, especially at this level, doesn't generally end well.
No, Eric Oncins is hitting on that one pretty good.
Quickly, please. 2-2-2. I'll recall. 2-2-2. Point.
Surprised to see Connor step in and take that one there. Riley's actually a very good dinker. He's not going to miss a lot of dinks. He has one of the most animated dinks on the tour with his body, but really solid dinker. Another miss by Dylan there. Sorry, Lon.
Yeah, no. It's really, that was some of Riley's strong points. Is he's so unpredictable. I think you need to give him a little more leash. Let him run a little bit.
I agree.
Second serve.
Eric Oncins saved him that time. Great hands by Eric. And Eric, I think, is developing as one of the faster hands in the tour. I still have J.W. Johnson on my bingo card as the fastest hands on the tour, but Eric Oncins is definitely developing into strong hands.
Side out.
I had the pleasure watching Tama playing a rec match the other day with JW and CJ. And those hands are pretty amazing, too.
Second serve.
Yeah, that 15-year-old Thomas Shimabukuro is who Alon's referring to. If you haven't seen him play, he's
3-2-2.
got some of the future of pickleball happening right there. Thomas Shimabukuro, Cam Chafin, I think it's Elsie Hendershot.
Point. Double bounce.
Fortunate there off the net, but couldn't quite pick it up.
4-2-2.
Little ambitious there by Eric. I was trying to think of LA. That's what I was trying to think of as the other youngster on the tour that
2-4-1.
really making a mark. But Thomas Shimabukuro, super exciting to watch, Lon, just like you mentioned.
Oh, beautiful.
Point.
And I think that's one of the difficulties of playing Riley and Connor, because again, I want to say maybe underappreciated, but Riley has a good drive, and Connor come in and create some havoc, right? So a little shake and bake again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Point.
Very Andre Daescu, Christian Alshon 2025 strategy. Let's go.
I think that's where they're going to find their success. I mean, they started a little timid yesterday and lost that first game against CJ and J-Dub, but then came back in the next two games and played really well.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch that match, Lon, but that's one of the surprises to me is, JW and CJ seem to be, I found a little bit of a stumbling block in their trajectory. And so I guess that was called out, it looks like.
Don Staley confirms.
4-4-2. Side out.
I still like it though. That's one of Riley's magic powers, right? Is unpredictability. He's going to do stuff that's going to unsettle you. So to me, for them to have success, he needs to continue to playing his game.
Point.
That's Eric. Eric Oncins has one of the best reaches on the back, and him maybe Alshon and Daescu maybe, right, in terms of reach into the non-volley zone to hit those rolls out of the air.
Just wide.
Point.
Interesting thing is, sorry, Lon, but
go.
Connor will come around his forehand, hit a backhand. He's one of the few players to do that. That's why it's called Tui Nation, right? Because he loves that too.
4-1.
Nice speed up there.
Receiver, 7-4-1. Time in.
We got 300 per
7-4-1.
round robin win, 400 for semis, and 700 for the finals.
I can't do the math in my head, Lon, but that seems like a lot of points that are on the table here. That if you win all your matches, and because you're playing, excuse me, singles, mixed, men's, they're playing everything there. Oh, you don't want to see that. Missed return to serve. 2,000 points is not bad, is what I'm hearing in my ear, Lon. That's a pretty good total there. I would take 2,000 points. That was a nice little scoop shot there by Dylan Lund, reaching out there to get that wide dink. That's the risk with the wide dink. Sometimes you go a little too wide, get that ATP around the post. If you're just joining us, this is a Pool A match. This is actually a winner-take-all match. So this is a very exciting match. We got slotted here on Grandstand Court at the Toys R Us PPA Finals. Far court, returning serve right there. That's Eric Oncins in that really nice-looking blue shirt. Dylan Frazier with the big hair today there in the white shirt, opposite court, and they're back to us. With their back to us on the left in the black is Connor Garnett, 2E Nation, and the long-standing pro player Riley Newman. He's been around the block a little bit, Lon. There's that reach. Eric Oncins had what he wanted. He had the look he was looking for, but good battle. Lon, one thing I'm thinking here, I like patience, right? I'm a fan of grinding the patience, but I'm thinking if you're Riley and Connor, that's not going to get you the W today. You're going to need to open it up a little bit, whether it's attacking off the bounce, whether it's lobbing, whatever. You got to do something. You can't do this forever. They're not going to break down on this. Of course, they made me look bad there, Lonnie. But
Well, and I agree. And I think one of kind of a strategic point is really attack when you're serving, because you're not going to lose any points on it, right? So you can get away, play a little more aggressive on the offensive side. Defensively, keep more balls in play, try to let them make some errors, and don't give away free points.
100%, Lon, 100%. You heard it from Lon Krantz. Lon Krantz says it. It's golden. Take it to the bank.
6-9-2. Point.
Of course, the game is much easier sitting over here, so that's great.
Lonnie, you and I are playing the
commentary.
best game right now. Lon and I are killing it here.
Well, haven't made an error yet.
No, not even one.
Right.
Surprised they didn't call a timeout there, Lon, but that's their choice.
Ooh,
Might see one now at 8-9. It looks like Eric Oncins is caught. Yeah, he's thinking about that. Let's see, not a little too long about it, Lon. But
right.
pros say hi to them, thank them for their game and stuff like that. It's just an amazing experience.
100%. Well, the momentum has shifted a little bit here.
And I think Riley heard you there. He said, you know, Lon said drive. I'm driving. I'm coming. Especially on the serve side, as you said.
Oh, then we give up a freebie. With we have a lot of swirling winds in here, but on that right-hand side court, the ball sails because that's the onshore breeze always blowing.
Right, swirls around. Yeah, we're like there's a little bit of hills around here, so definitely gonna have some wind movement. Yeah, that's just not a good sequence for Lon. I mean, there are a lot of. I'm fine with dead dinking, but you can't dead dink to Dylan's forehand. Dylan Frazier has one of the best forehand speed ups. I don't know if it's quite Matt Wright level forehand speed up, but it's definitely one of the better ones in the game.
Second serve.
Yeah, I understand you got to kind of respect Oncin's reach there, but he should probably be going a little more middle on those instead of so wide.
Agreed 100%.
Don't give him an opportunity to light you up, hit a hard ball off the bounce there on his forehand.
Another uncharacteristic miss by Dylan Frazier. He's missed a few of those today, and that's a tough spot to miss a third there. See if Riley and Connor can capitalize on it. A little bit of luck there, but I like the patience there. That's one of those, 9-10 kind of points where everybody's a little bit tight, right? So everybody's kind of, I don't want to make a mistake. And then Connor said, you know what, I'm going, and it worked out. So. That's Connor Garnett getting big there, Lon.
Yes. Stand back and watch, Riley. Let him cook.
And if you're just joining us, this is a winner-take-all. The PPA Finals is a pool contest, so all the teams are in two pools. We're in Pool A here. This is the number 2, number 3 seeds battling it out for a spot in the semifinals. The winner of this will play the winner of Pool B. Still to be decided. I think Connor got a good look at that one, and Eric got Eric's getting a little big, don't you think, Lon?
I didn't mind him going for that ball. I mean, first
no,
serve,
me either.
and this thing, it was sitting up in his
zone. No, he got what he wanted. I put my money on Connor on that one. I think I win 7 out of 10. What do you think?
2.
I think they escaped to their line. They got a miracle here on the Carvana Grandstand Court at the Toys R Us PPA Finals, brought to you by Yola. If you're just joining us, this is a winner-take-all pool play match. Dylan Frazier serving at 10-11-1. Let's see what happens now. See if Eric and Dylan get some rhythm going here on offense. Great defense by Dylan Frazier. Lon in the middle there in the transition zone, backing up, defending. They worked that rally until Eric got the one. Is 11-11 already. We talked about maybe going 3 games in this match. We'll see. This is winner take all.
11-1.
I like that attack by Riley, right? Not let him get set, and then Connor with the finish. So.
Yeah, going back to your point earlier, I definitely, the way the game has evolved, you just can't play defense. You got to bring some offense to the game. good hand right there.
Dylan Frazier with the speed up off the bounce, and then Connor defending, and Riley loves that. Riley loves disruptive play. And that's what's interesting, you know, like, you know, Lon, we know that pickleball is a game of patterns and tendencies. You're never going to see Eric Oncins accelerate a ball off the bounce. And no criticism of Dylan. I think it's one of his superpowers, so he needs to keep doing that.
11,
but it's interesting to see how, like, you can figure out, like, Dylan's never going to accelerate off the backhand, off the bounce, things like that, you know. So, but he has her style.
Point.
Eric Oncins a little bit frustrated in his face. You know, players at home want to follow the action. Hopefully you're watching us on, I assume we're still on Pickleball TV right now. And this is all the action here on Carvana Grandstand. Let's see if Connor and Riley can close this out. Game 1. I like that drive. I don't know why Connor didn't crash, to be honest with you. I was waiting for Connor to come across and finish it. But really good drive. A little tentative by Connor right now in the middle. I think he needs to. You can't be afraid of missing.
Oh,
that's three chances that Connor's had so far.
Man.
He wants those every time.
It sat up, and I think the wind may have slowed it down just a hair, and he got ahead of it just a bit.
Yeah, sometimes we overswing on those, right, Lon? The adrenaline's going, man.
Our eyes get huge. We see those balls like that.
Let's party, Lon. Let's go. Well, let's see if Eric and Dylan can take advantage of that. Oof. Riley Newman's going to feed off of that. Look at that thing. Riley Newman with the big smile on his face. Again, Riley loves this kind of disruptive, you know, like what's going on.
12-2.
I was waiting for him to do that, right?
Yeah, I was wondering who's going to pull the trigger first. That was a lot of patience out there.
That's got to be that, and Riley Newman wants us to know he has reach too. But we were talking about Eric Oncins' reach earlier. But that lob, I think he's 3 for 3 on lobs, Lonnie.
Beautiful lob.
And that was
beautiful reset though too.
Amazing, and that one has to be the longest rally of the match so far. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. That was about a 12-minute rally there. Let's see if Connor and Riley can close it out. I still like the drive there. I like the drive there. Eric Oncins might get a little chippy. He's an energy player. I think he feels like he needs some energy, so he's going to be talking. Riley doesn't seem to be taking the bait though. Riley can talk back some, so we'll see if it gets Chipper out there.
Oh yeah.
I don't expect Connor and Dylan to talk too much, but. I love that attack by Connor. That's what we were waiting for all day long there. All right, so Connor Garnett and Riley Newman. Lon Krantz, Lon, Riley, and Connor took game one. Shocking. Eric and Dylan, 13-11. Let's see if Dylan and Eric have a solution here in game two. And it's not going to be like that, Lon.
He elevated that one. People say, I hit it too high. No, he doesn't think so. He thinks you hit it just the right height for him.
Yeah.
1-0-2.
Yeah, the problem normally there is depth, right? You can go high, just can't go deep.
Again, I think there's going to be an adjustment with wind because now they're changing sides. And like I said, that especially that northwest side is a windy side.
I like it anyway. Speaking of sides here or ends, if you're just joining us near court here in the blue shirt, just went off camera there is Eric Oncins. His partner, Dylan Frazier, is going to be serving now. Far court, Connor Garnett in the black.
0-2-1.
Riley Newman returning serve. Game two with Riley and Connor having won game one, 13-11 in an exciting game one contest there. I see, Lon, I'm sensing Dylan's a little bit, feeling a little bit of stress right now. We'll see how that develops during this game two, if he can get it under control or if it's going to impact the game. Well, there's the answer on that one there. He seems very tight right now.
Yep.
You can see it in his face.
I see a lot of energy coming from Riley, too. So when he gets going sometimes, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you don't want Riley Newman going downhill. Good hands by Dylan there, but I still think, you know, Connor keeps doing that. That's going to be a good process for him. I'm betting, what do you think, 8 out of 10 I bet on that one.
That driving crash will work for both of them because they both got good hands.
Fight out.
All right, everybody's going to be a little bit tense right now in game two. You know, Connor and Riley can see the semifinals tomorrow here. If they win this is a winner take all. And Riley and Connor, frankly, are the underdogs here. They're great players, great team, taking nothing away from them. But they're definitely the underdogs in the pool. But they win this one game, and they're in the semis.
Point.
Looks like it was called wide there. Riley confirmed it with some of his folks in the crowd, but good chance that you should look at the ATP there. Great finish by Eric there, but Riley Newman shows why he's one of the best defenders in the game, putting that ball back, I think, 4 times more than it should have been, Lon.
Amazing hands. I always say his sister, though, was probably the best defender of men and women that I've ever seen play. She had amazing hands.
I think Eric Oncins wants to join the conversation. Switch here in momentum. Eric and Dylan have made a run. We'll see if Riley and Connor can slow down the train.
I think he'd slow down the train is what might be their thing, because when they were playing a little more patient at the end of that last game, they were having a little more success. Riley got a little aggressive there, and
I feel like I see Connor's game change a little bit. He just got tagged with the ball. Not that you can't get tagged, but you know he hit one earlier that he didn't get crisp. He missed that dink. He got tagged a minute ago. Sometimes when you win a first game like that, 13-11, you know, so much juice, you know, has come out of you. I know he played a crazy long match yesterday against Jack Sock in singles, you know, and that really probably took something out of him. He's a young man, but he's not He's not invincible. I like Dylan going at him there, right? Sensing that he's maybe a little bit off his game.
It looked like Dylan was chirping a little bit at the end of that point. He was saying something to somebody.
Well, Dylan and Eric, I think that's one of the things that makes them so strong as a team is they feed off each other. So Eric has a really good way of working with Dylan, of helping Dylan keep his energy up. So that I didn't see it myself long, but my guess is that's what I've seen historically. He goes to Eric for that. So. I like that speed up by Riley there, reaching in. You got to take your chances there. You just can't get passive right now. So I expect Riley to play really big right now. Let's see what happens.
Second serve.
That was a good speed up, Lon.
Yeah, but if you speed it up, you're ready to clean it up.
I'd be ready to go, absolutely. But Riley usually pretty good about that. He's pretty good about that normally. So. He's a little late getting around to the backhand. Surprised me.
Side out.
Not crazy about that speed of Lon off the bounce in the middle against the hands of Eric Oncins. We talked about those earlier. Some of the faster hands in the game. He's sitting on middle there going, that zone is closed, Lonnie.
Exactly. We need a little patience. Don't start giving away free ones.
Point.
All right, it's all Dylan and Eric right now. But we're in game one, right? Eric and Dylan were up pretty good in game one. And
7-2-1.
Connor and Riley closed it out. Not sure why Connor didn't come in. He thought the return was going out. I love the timeout here. Connor is definitely out of sorts, Lon. He needs Thatcher. He's, I think, 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on lobs, Lon, though.
Second serve.
Great observation, Tony. And like I've seen a couple balls that been kind of up, which look like in the zone to attack. Riley's kind of just dinked him back.
That's the one there, right?
Yeah.
Side out.
There you go.
Yeah, they listen to you, Lon. You listen to Lon Krantz. You win a lot of games. That's what my experience has been.
Tony, you're reading the script just like I wrote it. Okay, thanks a lot for all the kind words.
Whenever I'm in a big match, I call Lon. Lonnie, what I got to do here? Lon says, all right, man, hit to the right, hit to the left. I'm like, boom, guaranteed. Like straight from the script, no good.
Point.
Eric, they're a little tentative on the roll there, so it looks like Dylan and Eric got to be careful too of not getting too conservative. If you're watching at home and you're a player, watch some of the height on Riley Newman's thirds. Probably stressing you out. How he's hitting so high because you don't want to hit the net. That's how you do it. And that's a good recovery there by Dylan. I think Connor missed a spot by a little bit, but just watch the height on these shots, folks, and don't be afraid of hitting high as long as you're hitting deep.
3-9-2.
Don't let the net beat you. I love that poach there by Riley Newman. Didn't work out, but I love the poach.
I think the speed, you got hit with the change up there, and the ball was moving slower than he thought, and you got kind of jammed up by it. He kind of ran by it, and it was all in his hands.
Yeah, it's going to be an important side out here for both teams. I like it. He just went to the wrong player because he's been beating Dylan with that attack. But Eric Oncins says, "Where are you going, Riley Newman?"
He was sitting on that.
I think he swung before Riley swung on it. All right, Lon, I hate to say so, but we called it at the beginning, Lon. Connor can come up with a solution to keep this at least tight to the end.
Side out.
All right, that's pretty natural in a game 3. Everybody's a little bit tight right now, so uncharacteristic, but not totally unexpected in game 3. Good hands by Connor there, Lon, but they keep on letting those middle balls, to my eye, there's some middle balls coming back from Eric and Dylan that are attackable, that are just kind of floating through. I don't know if Connor needs to get a hold of them or Riley, but I think those are opportunities that are missed right now.
Second serve.
Nice shot. I don't know if it's worth noting, but the team that's been on the side that Riley and Connor
1-0-2.
are on, the north side has won both games.
Good observation, Lon. Yep.
They'll switch at 6, so that'll give Dylan and Eric an opportunity to finish on the maybe good side.
Yeah, definitely been the better side today, Lon, and a couple of uncharacteristic errors by Dylan to even get into it. One thing I noticed is Connor is playing very big right now, which I actually like because he's a singles player, as we mentioned earlier. He's also a doubles player, but he's known as for singles. Him getting big might get him more energy. I like that attack by Riley there. Bad spot there by Eric, but I expect Connor to see playing a lot bigger just to kind of get going and not get static, you know? I think Riley was making up for the one earlier, right? And he sat on that one longer. Watch his ATP sitting on it, boom. And then Connor, nice little touch by Connor there, but that's a great start for Connor and Riley. This is exactly what they needed if they're going to take this winner-take-all Pool A match for a spot in the semifinals. It's a good sequence there. Go ahead, Lon.
Yeah, nice aggressive dinking by Dylan. And he had Riley on his heels quite a bit. I mean, Riley, the way he fields balls, he's got a lot of extra movement anyhow. But
I was going to fall over, Lon. I was actually surprised to see Dylan switch it up there, right? I mean, he's had some success. He's hitting really aggressive, penetrating dinks cross-court against Riley, and then he decides to dump it off to Connor, kind of changing the dynamic there. CB recognized the opportunity and sticks with it.
There you go. And I like that little step over, giving Connor a little more time to get in. So when he came over and poached that ball and put it back in play, allowed him to go ahead and close that gap and get into a good position.
100%. We'll talk about middle cover fourth in a second and give you my thinking on it, Lon. Wow, what a crazy rally there, Lon. That's why we watch pickleball. Look at this thing here. Look at this firefight here. You know, Eric Oncins starts it there. I thought
5-0-1. Second serve. 502.
I like the rip there by Connor. You know,
Good 5-0 swing.
yeah. You want to make sure that you get it over the net anyway. I'd always prefer hitting it out. Be better if hitting up, you know, 3 feet out of bounds and into the net. But I like the drive. Great spot there by Connor. That's why it's called Tui Nation, right, Lon?
When in doubt, hit it in. Right? Sage advice from 2 instructors.
That's Riley Newman. Riley Newman at his best there, Lon. You were the one talking about earlier. One of the most unpredictable players. You're not sure exactly what he's going to do, and that's when he plays his best.
I don't think he knows what he's going to do sometimes.
We'll have to ask him later, Lon. A little bit ambitious on that one there.
Yeah, he wasn't quite balanced enough to hit that ball.
I was actually surprised that when Riley Newman, I thought was going to be in the stands there, and then Eric laid it off to Connor there. I think they had Riley in so much trouble there. You ever got a player in trouble, folks at home? Don't let him off the hook. Keep going at him. That is not a good speed up there by Dylan Frazier. Connor Garnett back at the Carvana Grandstand Court, brought to us by Don Ham from Mad Men in that spot there. We are in game 3 with the far team. Connor Garnett hitting that ball there, and Riley Newman hitting that one there. Up 6-0. Big run at the beginning of game 3 here. Winner take all. Winner here goes to the semifinals on Saturday. I'm joined by Lon Krantz, bringing you all the action this Friday, the PPA finals. Great defense, and then I don't know sure exactly what Connor was thinking with that next. Wasn't really a speed up on it. Was more of a, here, Eric, why don't you hit this one and see if I can counter you.
It was a changeup. I think that's what he threw. Yeah. Didn't quite commit to it.
Second serve.
All right, Connor is playing a little fast and loose right now. We'll see if that works out for him. That one did, but that was right at the edge of the line there, Lon. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but.
Yeah, so they're playing into the wind right now. So you can go ahead and probably get away with a little bigger rip, and the wind, a little bit of top spin on that thing will make that ball dive.
Yeah, it looks like it did. Ball may have moved the ball a little bit there on Riley. That's Riley Newman ball right there. One pancake up atop. He's like, I don't know if IHOP sponsors him or not, but they should. So, all right, ball back to Riley and Connor up 6-2. See if Eric and Dylan can find some energy, find a solution. Eric bouncing up and down, see what happens. Surprised Connor didn't blow that one up when he came in, right? He had a ball chest high, came in, kind of just feathered it in there. I think he's got to find that balance, right? I mean, you got to be aggressive. You can't be crazy aggressive, but you got to take those shots when you get them. I like that attack by Connor, right?
Really good. Yep.
I liked it. I mean, it didn't work out, but you get a ball, you know, rib high. At this level, I don't know, Lon. You got to party. You got to go. It's like you got an RSVP, right? And you gotta say yes. There's the pancake. IHOP. IHOP is here. Blueberry pancakes on that one. But you can see how it's like a chess match. If you're watching at home, watch how these players move the ball around. They're moving it middle, outside, maybe a couple times the outside, back to the middle. A chess match going up at the kitchen or non-volley zone if you want to be more technical about it. Great attack there by Connor. Great hands by Riley Newman. We talked about him earlier, right? Him and his sister, Lindsay Newman. Shout out to Lindsay Newman, one of the best defenders, man or woman, to ever play our game. Let's see what they can do here, Lon, at 6'2".
I don't know if you can notice from there. So when Riley and Connor are over there, any of those kind of resets, they're just, the ball elevates because they're hitting into that window. So it's just giving them balls that they can really play more aggressively.
Yeah, maybe they need to mix it up and attack some of these.
Side out.
Maybe use more of like a hybrid, you know, something that's going to keep the ball a little bit lower, and they're not so dependent on getting the ball, you know, to drop necessarily in the kitchen, but make it over a little top spin, get that ball down.
So Eric Oncins, Dylan had a little confusion in the middle. Eric then gets stretched out, opening up the outside. So there's a little chess match going on here. Connor going for a little too much on that one. Probably didn't need to hit it 120 miles an hour. I think 105 would have done it there, Lon.
Trying to beat it like it owed him money or something.
I haven't heard that one, Lon. I like it. What I'm interested in here, Lon, I'm seeing some confusion in the middle by Dylan and Eric, which is surprising because they've played a ton together, right? And I think they live near each other, they practice together, so their middle confusion is a little surprising. More expected for Connor and Riley. They play MLP, right, but don't have the history maybe of Eric and Dylan. So now Eric and Dylan are on a switch. That's what the open hand means. So we'll see if Connor and Riley can take advantage of that. They're doing exactly what you said not to do, Lon. If you're watching this at home, you play competitively, you got a team switching on a return, consider driving it to the open court. See what happens. He heard me, but that was a good sequence, I think, by Connor there. Lon, what'd you think?
It was a real good sequence. I'm a little shocked that they're returning to Connor because he'll drive and crash his own. You know,
yeah.
He doesn't need anybody else to do it behind him. That's exactly what he did, just kind of missed.
Has a singles pedigree. Good speed up there by Dylan, finished by Eric Oncins. I feel like Riley and Connor are playing a little bit hesitant right now, so we'll see if they decide to keep dinking or if they try and do something different. That's potentially a big miss by Eric Oncins. This is a critical moment of the match, I think, for Eric and Dylan.
4-6-2.
Interesting little shot there. I don't know if you noticed that little kind of inside out ball that he hit there.
Yeah, right now momentum has definitely shifted in this match. We'll see if
5-6-2.
see what Connor and Riley have to say about it.
Find out.
All right, let's see if they can get back on track
all
here.
11 points of this game has been scored on the north-hand side.
6-5-1.
So that's why you got to know Lon Krantz. You got the best in the booth here when he's giving you all the stuff that is absolutely 100% correct there.
Second serve.
I don't know why Riley didn't drive that one, but yeah, Lon, great observation, right? So you got, you know,
6-5-2.
right now putting your money down. You're putting your money down on Eric and Dylan because of the side.
Side out.
Absolute nightmare right now for Riley Newman back there trying to get some motion on the serve side, right? Just seems to be floating him up, and Eric Oncins is just going to wear his shoulder out, putting balls away.
5-6-1. Point.
All right, looks like Riley and Connor are going to correctly call a timeout here at 6-6. All right, here we go. Eric Oncins serving at 6-6-1. Surprised to see Eric pull that one there. You know, the momentum's on their side, and frankly, if to my mind, Lon, if Connor and Riley are going to play, you know, dinkies out there with Dylan and Eric, I don't think that that's going to be a winning strategy for Riley and Connor. I think they want to win this game. They got to go get it.
They got a nice little tune out there, so we'll see what they can do with it.
Not again, Lon. I can't. I just can't. I can't watch anymore of that, Lon. It's causing me some pain to watch that. Eric Oncins is going to break a shoulder out there just hitting those high balls like that.
6-6-2.
Well, at least he made it up, Lon, and he did the hybrid that you mentioned. So
Yep.
great, great call on that, Lon. You have him on your text chain? Is that what you got?
I think he blocked me. I'm not sure.
6-6-1.
Good spot there by Riley. All right. You know, 6-6, Lon, this is where it's at. But every
6-6-2.
team's going to be a little bit nervous right now, a little bit tense.
Beautiful.
He pulled that off. That didn't look like it was there from my angle, Lon, but Connor Garnett knows better. That's why he's 2E Nation with that. Oh, my Lord, he loaded up on that one there. We have not seen a Riley Newman lob in about 3 days, Lon. He's been doing really well with it. I think we might see one here. Let's see.
6-6-1.
Crazy defense there. They had the putaways. Dylan's great hands.
Amazing
Eric's great
defense.
hands. It's fantastic defense there. And sometimes, you know, when you get defended like that, you try and press a little bit there. So I think Connor was trying to press a tiny bit there on that one
6-6-2.
there. So, but still a great sequence by Riley and Connor. Better defense by Eric and Dylan. I still like that. It didn't work out again, Lon, but, you know, them just come up to the line and dinkies with Eric and Dylan. I think a little bit of disruption there. It didn't work out, but I think the strategies are, I mean, the approaches are pretty good. They're getting good looks.
I think it's the shoes. It's got to be the shoes.
100% the shoes.
Second serve.
Oh, we got a little stalemate here going on here. We can't break 6.
It's one of those things about pickleball line, like you get those stages in the game that's like the pivotal moment, right? And this is 6-6 seems to be it. And when this breaks, I think it's going to break big. Garnett sped it up off the bounce. That 2A his. One of the things that I've noticed is Riley has gotten a little passive in the middle. I mean, he keeps on taking those balls that he was attacking earlier with high success. I would say it was 70% plus on those. Kind of shoving. Oh, no.
There we go.
That could be the break that Riley and Connor need.
Right. After 12 consecutive points of the north side scoring only, they got a south side point.
Lon, I'm hearing here in my ear that we've been going for almost an hour and 15 minutes right now. That is a sign of just nobody wants to give an inch here. It's going to be a fight to the finish for sure. Good defense there by Connor. Connor moved back. That's great court positioning there, Lon. It's something I don't think enough players do, where they basically pull off the line. Connor saw Eric's attack. Everything is just way different in person. If you ever get a chance, keep yourself the treat of going to a PPA event.
Second serve.
Well, the other thing I always like to tell folks at home is if you can't make it to a PPA event, you know, PPA Challenger events are a lot of fun. You'll see some signed pros there that are playing, and you'll see some great talent from your area and some of the best pickleball you can see at a PPA Challenger event. So.
Side out.
So tomorrow, actually, this event is a dual event here. So you have a, this is the PPA finals we're watching right now. Running simultaneous with this is a PPA 500 event, right, which is running at the same time. And they're playing right now in the showcase courts. But tomorrow, we're actually going to have some of those matches here, the semifinal matches from the PPA 500 right here on Grandstand Court. So just good play all around here in San Clemente, California. Lon, I know 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot at this stage of the game, so it's a good side out there, I think, for Connor and Riley. See if Dylan and Eric can keep up. That's the first Eric Oncins speed up I've seen in 6 months or something, Lon. I actually like the speed up there. It just didn't work out for him. I think actually, I think Dylan was surprised when the ball came back from Connor. He's like, wait a minute. Whoa, Eric split it up. So.
When you're at that kitchen line, you got to be ready for everything. Everything you got to be prepared for a firefight. As I like to say, when the gunfight starts, don't have your gun in the holster.
There you go.
Okay.
That's a rare miss again for Dylan Frazier. Again, a little bit of tightness right now. One thing I want you guys to notice at home, I think this match is going to still run a little bit longer here because everybody's giving their all. Watch the quality of the return of serve. Most important shot in pickleball. Whenever you see a short return of serve, you need at the pro level of play. I work with several pros right now, Lon, and my advice to them is work on your return of serve, whether you're a 2-5 or a 6-5. Return of serve, key. Speaking of which, that was a good return of serve by Dylan Frazier. Start off that rally for Dylan and Eric. There's Eric trying to pump him up. Lon, and we were talking about that earlier, how Eric and Dylan, you know, both young players, right? They're going to play off some energy. They need energy, and Eric is a very good source of energy for Dylan. So
he just pumped me up. Oh, there you go.
Good hands by Dylan there, but that was, again, a short return of serve there. So a short return of serve by Eric got him in trouble. Riley came in, smashed it again. Dylan was able to get that one back, like you said, ready for the gunfight.
Yeah.
But still, you don't want to have to live like that. You'd rather live with a nice deep return like Riley hit here, just on tap, make their job way harder.
Second serve.
Little off speed worked out there. Eric Oncins was swinging on a fastball there. Again, another ball in the air that I was surprised that Riley didn't attack there, Lon, earlier, but worked out for him. We saw a lob line. What did we say? What did we say? We called it, didn't we?
No, Tony called that all the way.
We haven't seen a lob in a minute there. It's such a good shot. He's like 5 for 5 or 6 for 6. I don't know the exact number.
It's such a critical moment in the match, too.
I love it.
To throw up a lob like that. That takes.
I think one of the best shots in the history of pickleball is a lob that Kyle Yates hit over Matt Wright back in the day. Old school talk between Lon Krantz and me, so give us a second on that. Riley Newman says, let's party. I think he hit an out ball earlier, Lon, when he was at the baseline there. But, hey, you know what? All's well that ends well for them. So they are 2 points away from advancing. If you're just showing, because this is a must-win match in Pool A. At the Toys R Us PPA Finals, presented by Yola, I'm joined by the amazing Lon Krantz. You can find him at Lon Krantz1 on Instagram. My name is Tony Roy. You can find me, Best Pickleball Coach, on Instagram. Or Tony Roy on Facebook if you're my age and you like Facebook. That is a Connor Garnett special. You put it to Connor Garnett's backhand knee high. That thing is coming back. Look at this thing there, Lon. Boom, fuego down the line. He is 2E Nation for a reason. They're 1 point away from advancing to semifinals Saturday. See if they can close it out. All right, they staved that one off, but I still think momentum in my mind, Lon, is still with Connor and Riley. You know, Dylan and Eric did a great job there. So this is match point number 2 for the far team. Connor Garnett serving for a spot in semifinal Saturday. Eric Oncins keeps going off the court with that angle shot there, but I still, you know, again, we talked about it earlier. They got the 10, right? So they got the insurance point. I frankly would rather be Connor and Riley right now than Dylan and Frazier. What about you, Lon?
Well, especially with 10.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see. Yeah, I'd rather have 10 as well.
I like the way Connor went after the player who was in trouble. We talked about this earlier. You ever playing pickleball, you got a player who's on the hook, if you will. Don't lay off that player and go to the other player. Keep going at the player who's in trouble there. Put all the work in, right, Lon? That's the sequence right there. Connor Garnett with a great roll. Riley Newman reaching in on the cross-court attack. We talked about that earlier. That was their strategy there. All right, they got 2 more shots here, Lon. Well, they only need 1, but they got 2 shots anyway. So 10-6-1. See if they can close it out.
10-6-1.
Yeah,
Lordy, that was a very indecisive shot there by Dylan Frazier. Congratulations to the winners, Riley Newman and Connor Garnett, in this must-win match. They will be back here on Saturday, Lon, for the semifinals.